So, there's a story that goes along with this. I have a program. It's on my Xbox. So, it's all perfectly legal, as far as I know. And it streams movies and stuff. And I was looking for Infinity War. Couldn't wait to see it. Couldn't wait! And days passed by, and I was just disappointed. Certain streaming things had placeholders, which were just other movies. So that's always interesting. Then finally, got on to look, and the Marvel fucking logo showed. I was like, ah! I started watching it, and 2 hours into a 2.5-hour movie, when shit's just getting good, it froze, and then for a week I couldn't even watch a movie. I could watch TV shows, that was fine. Movies just wouldn't work. They just wouldn't fucking play. I don't know why. It's fucking shit. And then today, got home. I have all manner of concerns on my mind. All manner of things I had planned to do today. All manner of things I wanted to do. Fun things to talk about. And just call it what you will. I call it the presence of God. It's ridiculous. Right? It's ridiculous. But nevertheless, God knows that I've spent probably 25 years of my life wanting to see this movie. When I was 15, me and my dude, Brandon, used to sit around and just fucking talk about how they could make the Infinity Gauntlet into a movie. And how many movies it would take. Dude, it would take, and I said this overestimating to be ridiculous, take like 20 movies. Sure as shit, it's been what, 16? Something like that. So, even though you can't really count anything before the first Avengers, that's when they really decided they were going to do that storyline. Whatever. Nevertheless, might have been a movie before that, when they really kind of, anyway. So, long time it's been. It's been 6, 7, 8 years, something like that. If you want to go all the way back to Iron Man. Been a long fucking time. Waiting for this movie. And here I am. Just in my mind, something said, you should really check the fucking movie. 'Cause I got a good feeling. There's been so much bad I've soaked up. So much stress, so many things. Just so much has been ruined in the past 2 months. Every waking, relaxing moment I've had has just been destroyed by one catastrophe or another. It's just been awful. And I know when that happens, because it's happened before. I've had a cascade effect of shit happen in my life before. Happens a lot, actually. Usually a cascade this big, where it goes this long, it's usually like a once every 2 or 3 years type of thing, honestly. Just, no matter what I do, sooner or later, I'll hit a point where everything will just collapse, back to back to back. And as fast as I can put the fires out, they fucking just spring up all around me. So, I know when this sort of thing happens, I'm due for something nice, right? So, just really check the movie, dude. Got on. I mean, I literally dropped everything. I was in the middle of doing shit. I was working on today's video. And talking to my dude who's going through some stuff right now, and you know, trying to help him with that. And I don't know. Something in the back of my head said, dude, you just fucking check the movie. And I was like, fuck it. And I just got on the Xbox, got on the program. It started. And I was like, oh. And then actually got into the movie, and I was like, oh, because it hadn't done that for a while. I was like, oh, this might be it. So I fucking turned out all the lights and everything, raced around, got everything ready to go, and just I paused it, because I'm like, I'm going to let it, like, buffer. And I went and took a shower. Came back out, and there was, like, this much space that had buffered. And I was like, oh, that might be enough. I started playing it. Made it all the way through. Woo! Alright, no. Anyways, so, I got to actually watch the whole movie. I've watched 2 hours of it. Didn't get to see the last half hour. It's like part of the most important part. So finally got to see the last half hour. Got to see the end, after credit Easter egg thing. All that. Right? I thought it was good. Here's the thing. If you haven't watched them all, if you don't care, if you're not invested at least a little bit in one of the characters, you're not going to like it. It isn't going to matter to you. It's just going to be another stupid superhero movie where they're just fighting and shit. But there's a lot of deeper meaning going on in the movie, and it's all back history. Also, if this is like your first one, if you're like, alright, everybody's talking about this Infinity Gauntlet like it's Christ's Return, I'm going to fucking go and watch it. Even though I've never seen any of the rest of it. Like, you're really not going to fucking care about this movie. Because you have to watch all of them. You have to see the whole build-up. Because it's the relationships of the characters. And it continues right from fucking where Black Panther leaves off, man. I mean, it's... Psh. So, if you don't know what's going on, and if you haven't watched the relationships between the characters develop, none of it's going to matter to you. And certainly if you don't care, none of it's going to matter to you. But if you have invested yourself, or if you haven't watched one yet, and you're thinking to yourself, alright, I'm willing to throw 50 hours of my life into catching up. Hey man, more power to you. It's fun. I enjoy them. I think they're great movies. Me and my dad, we share this rare talent where we can go, I'm going to sit down and watch this movie, and if I don't understand what's going on, well, hopefully the movie will explain it. And if it doesn't, I guess it's not that fucking important. And we just watch it for the entertainment of it. My mom's not that way. My mom has to have everything explained. What's going on now? And it's like, the movie's going to explain it to you if you just be patient. But okay. And like, she's just like that, whatever. But we all love my mom for her faults. Nah. Alright, anyways. So, I give my mom a hard time. It's a bad thing that I do. I gotta stop doing that shit. Anyways. So, it's a great movie. If you're invested in it, it was great. I thought it was amazing. They changed the character almost in his entirety. He's still purple. He's still got a chin. He's got eyes, which is, I'll be honest with you, it's odd to see him with actual eyes. It's very weird. And his motivation has entirely changed. He's more like Hitler level altruistic. So it's interesting to see that shift. They made him a lot more sane, which is saying something. And I think that's to match the shift in motivation. In the comics, he was Death's consort. He was Lady Death's consort, and he wanted to kill half of the universe for her as a gift for her. Right? This is to win her affection. And so he went questing after the gauntlet so that he'd have the power to do that, to just get it done. And yeah, it's a really good story arc. It's a really cool story arc. It's very sad when it comes down to it. The story of Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet is actually a very fucking sad story. It's a very fucking sad story, and I'm interested to see how they're going to end it, because they end it very Empire Strikes Back. You know what I mean? They end it very Empire Strikes Back. I don't want to spoil a whole hell of a lot. I'm going to kind of work under the assumption that I'm talking about the fucking movie. So there's a great possibility. But I'm not going to try and spoil a whole lot, even though everybody pretty much knows what goes on. It's not hard to tell. You can guess. And plus, fucking Bruce Banner blew it on a fucking interview, so... But yeah, I thought it was amazing. The way that they changed the character, like getting to know Thanos all over again, new guy. You know what I mean? It was very cool. I liked the character. I liked that he was so compassionate. Like it was interesting to see him portrayed in that light, having read so much of him in the comic books. He's one of my favorite characters. I was obsessed with him when I was a kid. Anything that had Thanos in it, I wanted it. So, and to see him portrayed so compassionately, it was really weird. It was like, I seriously thought about it, like if you were the type of person that could sit down with Hitler and just have a talk about what he, the reason why he wanted to do it. It would be, I would think that it would come off possibly the same way if he could stay in a, lucid state of mind long enough to not fucking go off about it. But, if you just sat down and calmly discussed it with you, I think it would come across the same way. You know what I mean? So it was very interesting to see, and it was the whole movie was boiled down just to the base emotion, just raw emotion. It was a fucking roller coaster. It was a whole lot of ups and downs, things that made you happy, that you were like, oh yeah, I wanted to see what, yeah, and things that were just fucking terrible. It just made you feel awful in so many different ways, and it was very weird. Just the roller coaster ride of it, man. It was exhausting. Like, I just finished watching it, and I'm exhausted from having watched it, because it's just like, there were so many times when I almost cried. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, they just got you with everything, and it's you really have to watch all of the movies leading up to it. Like, you really kind of do, because they tug on heartstrings that were developed in those movies. Relationships between characters like Loki and Thor, Iron Man and Spider-Man. Those relationships, they became very, very, solidified in this movie because they put all those characters together. You know what I mean? They masterfully put together just the perfect little groups of characters and spread them out all over the fucking place, and just, like, it was terrible planning on the part of the heroes, but they never really got all together. It wasn't like in the books, so it was interesting, because this wasn't even really the Infinity Gauntlet. This was the Thanos quest. When it comes down to it, it was, what did I do? I must have put them away somewhere. I had them sitting over here. I was reading them the other day. But, yeah, it was the Thanos quest. It was Thanos getting the gauntlet. And it was very cool. It was very well done. The challenges were great. Because in the Thanos quest, he had to face off against the person who had the stone. And, Thanos understood the power of the stones, and nobody that had the stone understood the power of the fucking stone, you know, so he pretty much just kind of took them from everybody. It was actually pretty pitiful. And, you know, as he got the stones, he just increased in power, and it just became easier and easier and easier the whole way. And it was a really great book. A couple of books, graphic novels. If you get the chance to read them, highly recommend it. And then, you know, the Infinity Gauntlet, it was fucking 6 books and ridiculous. And I'm actually wondering what the fuck they're even going to do with it. Like, because with the way that it ended, which I loved, by the way, put the fucking farm in the guy's... Dude, when it showed at the end, at the very, very, very last, like, 2 scenes of the movie, he fucking hits this guy and pans down into a nice forested field with a little fucking cottage, and I'm like, oh my god, they put the fucking cottage in the fucking... The people who make these movies, the people at Disney that make these movies, they get it, man. Like, they know how to make these movies. That's why they're so goddamn good. Because it's you know, it's reading the fucking books again. It's so great. They didn't miss a fucking detail. They changed some things, yes. They certainly changed how the gauntlet worked. Absolutely. And I wonder... Now that I just thought of it, I wonder if... That's interesting. Here's a little theory. For those of you who've seen the movie, this will be interesting to you. For those of you who haven't seen the movie, this may or may not spoil something for you, so beware. When he came back from the vision of Gamora, when she asked him what the cost was, great fucking great scene, by the way. Oh, dude, and Josh Brolin. Hats off, buddy. Whatever the fuck you do when you're taking your hat off to somebody, fucking, I don't know. Hats off, dude. That was a fucking amazing performance. That was an Andy Serkis as Golem level fucking performance. I think if it would have been anybody else, it would have ruined it. Great job, buddy. Amazing. You totally had my seal of approval. It's fucking great. And that was an awesome scene. But when he comes back from that, right? The gauntlet had fucking pretty much been destroyed around all the gems from the... So he used to have to, you know, do something with the fucking gauntlet to kind of channel the power. And I'm wondering if now that it's fucking damaged, now is it going to be like the fucking gauntlet from the books, where he can just at will kind of use all, or, you know, however many of the gems he wishes, right? Because, you know, the gauntlet in the books, it wasn't restricted. There was no restrictions. He didn't have to fucking close his hand. That became like a tool. And I understand why they had to do it, because, like I had been saying all the way up until I had actually seen the movie, if they were going to really do the fucking Infinity Gauntlet, these motherfuckers don't have a chance. And, you know, sure as shit there at the end when it was all done, they didn't. But, like, even still, I'm like, if the gems are going to work the way I know the gems work, like, how in the fuck are they going to possibly stand a chance? And then when I saw that he walked in already with the Power Stone, I was like, I just started laughing my ass off. And then it started to occur to me that every time he used the fucking gem, like, the gem would light up, which was very cool. I liked that. That was very cool. But he always was fucking, you know, activating the gauntlet, it looked like. And I was like, oh, he can't really harness the gems. He can just use them through the gauntlet. And I was like, oh. But now that the gauntlet is fucking damaged, either A, he can't use them at all, which would be stupid at this point, or B, maybe he's not restricted now. Wouldn't that be interesting? Somehow it fused the gems into the gauntlet, and now he can, or maybe even fucking fuse the gauntlet to his hand. Ooh. Yeah, alright. Dude, it was a great fucking movie. It was so awesome. It was very cool to see. It was played off beautifully. It was written really well. The quips. Oh god, the quips. They're getting dumber and fucking dumber. When Thor actually fucking said, only if I die, I was like, dude, they're getting real bad now with them. I liked Peter Dinklage. That was fucking great to see him doing that shit. That was very fucking funny. That was a great character for him, I thought. Perfect dwarf to have him play. But yeah, it was very cool, man. There was a lot of just little fun things in it that I thought were just awesome. It was very cool. Like, as a fan, as somebody who's followed the comics for so long and been so into it as at least I have been, it was very cool to see. I liked the changes. Like, I'm sure there are people that are fucking furious that, he's not the Mad Titan that's fucking doing this all because he wants to land some puss, like, they actually gave him a meaning behind it and an actual real motivation that he really truly believes is an altruistic, worthwhile goal. He really thinks this is going to be good. Yeah, I thought that was necessary, because otherwise it would have just been ridiculous. It couldn't have been the Thanos from the books. It couldn't have been, because he would have just been like, dude, it would have been pitiful to watch. Fucking pitiful. It was sad. It was cool to see the back and forth, to see, things always failing, but at least kind of looking like they were going in a good direction, I thought that was cool. They killed a lot of the fucking heroes. I was surprised by that. The amount that they left over is not fucking a lot. Like, so like, I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. I liked the post-credit scene. It was cool to see Sam reprising his role as Nick Fury. That was cool. I liked the Wonder Woman tease. That was cool. Captain Wonder Woman. Jesus Christ. Captain Marvel. I liked the Captain Marvel tease. That was pretty cool. Can't wait to see that. Can't wait to see where they're going to go with this from here. And I still kind of hold true that I kind of wish Adam Warlock was going to be in it. Like, it's cool that they teased him for, like, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or some shit like that, but it's just disappointing that, fucking Adam Warlock's not involved in this. And I really would have liked to have seen the two of them, Thanos and Adam. I would really like to have seen some of those scenes. And who knows? You never really know. But I think it would have been awesome to see the two of them interacting with each other. That would have been cool. But, alas, probably not going to happen. But all in all, I like where they're going with it. It's like I said, it's very Empire Strikes Back, man. Just looking out the fucking side of the ship, going, "What the fuck do we do now?" Like, it was very cool. Like, I like when movies, I like when movies get to a point where they can play around like that and have the bad guy win. You know what I mean? When you can't really do that with just a movie and be like, "Hey, here you go." You do that, and people do that all the time, and it's always very interesting when people come up with a really good script to do that with. But it's tough to sell that. You know what I mean? It's tough to sell bad guy wins. And no, yeah, that's just, no, it's just the one movie. Like, that's tough to sell. So, but it's cool that they built it up this far. Like, they really, it was surprising to me to see the emotional investment that I've apparently put into these movies. Because, man, I was all in. I was fucking all into this movie. I couldn't be fucked to pay attention to anything else that was going on. It was an awesome break of 2.5 hours just out of my world for a minute, you know. I'm really thinking about just watching it again and then going to bed. But I don't think I'll do that. But yeah, I think I might actually do that. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I give it fucking 6 stones. That's what I give it. I give it 6 stones. 6 out of 6 stones. It's the full gauntlet, folks. He even fucking did a couple of, you know, yeah, just wicked grins and shit. And oh man, like, it was a good fucking movie. I really liked it. I thought it was fucking great. Really good movie, but really only if you've watched fucking every other movie. Like, quite literally only if you've watched every other movie. Because otherwise, you're going to miss something somewhere. There's going to be some sort of something that you're going to not catch. And it's, yeah. Yeah. And it was fucking hysterical. Another spoiler, folks. A specific character that dies. I was watching a movie that was clearly filmed in a theater. And when Groot was disintegrating, a fucking lady in the audience went, and then went, "Oh God!" I started laughing so hard, dude. Oh, it totally took me out of it, but it was fucking hysterical. Oh, it was so funny. Yeah, she was feeling some shit for Groot, man. Just a shame. But yeah, dude, it was cool. It was a fun fucking movie. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. I will probably watch it again tomorrow, if not tonight. But you know, I gotta jack off at some point. No, I'm kidding. I already did that in this shit now. Dude, no. I don't do that. That's a bad thing. Don't do that, kids. You'll fucking go blind and stuff. Don't fucking tell your... I don't think kids watch me. I'll have to look at my demographics and see if there's kids watching me. I always want to be cognizant of that kind of shit. But yeah, whatever. So, it was good. If you've watched all of them up to this point and you're on the fence as to whether or not you want to see it, I highly recommend it. But if you haven't watched any of them to this point, you got a lot of catching up to do before most of it's going to make sense to you. There you go. There it is. And we'll see you on my fucking comfy chair checking out my big screen.